So we dove in the world of amateur football, and we wondered, what is amateur football, and more importantly, what does it mean to people? And we found out, just as Carla told us yesterday during the kickoff, football, all sports are much more than a game. In the case of amateur football, it's all about the club. So, next question. What heritage data and metadata can we find about amateur football? And again, we found out it is a lot, and this was just a bit of it. We found a lot spread throughout the internet. So, next question.
Yes, we were determined to grab this HackaLOD to make sure that we are not creating something nice to look at, but really be busy with solving archival issues and also issues in our society. So the ambition was high. So what we see in archives is a couple of problems. This one is, I think, very familiar, and I think the reason why this HackaLOD is here, there are too many places to look for information. When you're a user, you have no idea where information can be. If your sports club is located in Middelburg, you have no idea that there's a nice picture at the archives of Groningen, for instance. And you cannot search every database out there. So that's what we wanted to solve. The other one is that archives and information out there in heritage is very one-sided. There are lots of other perspectives. What we see in archives is that the archives that we have are very much focused from the point of view of the board of a club and not from the members. So it's about the annual report and not about the experience of the people. What we also see is that what's collected doesn't represent what's out there. For instance, in Amsterdam right now, we have a very nice new queer football club. The only information that's out there is their own website and nothing else. There are also a couple of society issues, social issues that we wanted to address. In the Netherlands, we have a long history of the vereniging, the club itself, with a huge function in life. And they have problems connecting to new generations, to connect to people with different backgrounds, and to attract volunteers. So there's much going on, and what better to solve these issues with a single application.
And it is MijnClub.nu, the heart of amateur football clubs, where all things happen. So what did we do? What we did is we plotted all of the football clubs, past and present, of the Netherlands on a map. 14,000 clubs, ladies and gentlemen, and I can tell you, we could not find them in a single data thing. So the data that you can see here is what we combined is the scientific data from Huygens Institute to the amateur archive of voetbalarchieven.nl. We created a page where people can find the history of their club, and we used IIIF to show these cool historical pictures. So let's see what happens if I click here. It works. So this is an actual front end. Again, cool images. We can see the data we pulled from voetbalarchieven.nl right here. Can you see my mouse? Yeah. We can actually see the actual logo and the actual outfit, also pulled from there. The introduction from Wikimedia. The club history is pulled from Noord-Hollands Archief. Use an actual sparkles, ladies and gentlemen. And imagine you've got your own history to share. You can do so. You can edit. And this is an actual web annotation, so it is an actual linked data way of sharing. Cool beans. Interesting to know is that we actually use schema.org in the front end, so that it is actually labeled as linked data. And we're planning to share a whole overview of football clubs as a terminology source for Netwerk Digitaal Erfgoed, because that's what we are.
two tiny other things to light out. So there's also sources connected elsewhere. That's why we do a presentation, Ilse. So the Regionaal Archief Dordrecht also has a nice newspaper report. And down here we have all kinds of stories added by people, memories of the club, images they uploaded themselves. So it really is a way for people who are members of the club to come together, to work on their organizational history, and to really get this bond with the club and to make sure it becomes stronger.
We're great in time, Merel.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but we'll make it work. Yeah. So,
A little bit about it went better when we practiced, I can tell you that. So we started with an architecture. Then we did other things. Oh, Jesus. Well, then I can just tell you because I know what we did. We started wireframing because we really wanted to have the user experience as a central principle. Then we created a visual design. Then we obviously started on the front end, which we created in Next. We wrote or mostly Ivo, created a damn lot of Sparkle queries. We actually created a Sparkle endpoint. And we created a web annotation endpoint so that the user-generated content can actually be uploaded. We also created this cute Python script for entity recognition, but our AI person was ill, so we had to do that manually at the very end. But you can see we did the work. Merel?
Yeah. So we use lots of open data. We already mentioned voetbalarchieven and data from the Huygens Institute. We also made sure that the coordinates were in order using geonames, and we went through a lot of different sources, archive websites in the Netherlands, and we also already mentioned Wikipedia. The steps that we took, lots of things. Ilse already mentioned a couple of them, but we are particularly proud of creating the endpoint ourselves. And when it comes to the tech that we used, we really wanted to mention that we did web annotations, which is a standard for creating user-generated content to put it on the web. So we really wanted to make sure that this is for and done by the people themselves.
Cool stuff. We really want to press the issue that we combined scientific data, heritage data, and amateur data. So we really did the work when it comes to data as well. Well, looking back, we had two goals: solving an archival problem and help actual users solve a socially relevant issue. I think we kind of achieved that. Very proud of it. We had a secret third goal, which was winning. It's basically up to you and you guys to see if we can manage that. And now we go and do our sleepy sleeps.